Hey, Peggy.
Hey, Marci.
We have a very fun special guest today.
We have Sherry in the house. Sherry is a local DECA. What are you, a
Marketing
coach?
marketing instructor,
Marketing instructor.
DECA advisor.
DECA advisor. Just tell us who you are, Sherry. You tell us. You're not shy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I've been teaching marketing for 32 years and advising DECA.
So tell us, what is DECA for the listeners who may not know what
Sure.
DECA is?
DECA is an association of marketing students that is an international organization. There are 10 countries that participate.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know
So
that.
there's over 200,000 marketing students across the country that are involved in DECA.
Wow.
And in fact, I'm leaving on Friday to go to the international competition, and I'm bringing 10 local students with me.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's
awesome.
incredible. And so what's interesting about that is you have a lot of life change coming up soon.
Correct.
Where all of this knowledge that you've got, you get to now pour that into your next phase of life. So tell us
Correct.
a little bit about what's coming up for you.
Sure. So after 32 years of teaching marketing, I've decided that it's time to retire and do something new, a new chapter for me. I was certified in yoga in 2024, and I have a passion for wellness and women's wellness particularly. And I think that that's going to be part of my new chapter. But most importantly, teaching marketing, I've helped students, high school students, build their own brand before they launch into college or their career path after high school. And I think that I would like to share and help women build their brand as well, and understanding who they are and are they aligned with their values, and is everything. Well, I'm sure we're going to get into this. Like, women, sometimes I feel like we're trying to help please other people more so than aligning with what our values are and what we feel
So I have a
anchored
question
with.
for you about that.
Sure.
Yeah. So you're touching on really the core, right? For women, particularly in a certain phase of life, which you and I definitely are in, and Marci's knocking on the door. She thinks she's
so
not.
close. You're so close.
She's always like, tell me about that. I'm like, girl, it's like not that far away for you. But, and that is redefining who we're going to be in this next phase of our lives, right?
Correct.
And so do you think, and this is just a question I'm throwing out to you, do you think this is something that a 30-something feels, or do you really feel like the natural trajectory is around that 45, creeping up on 50 time period, we start to feel this way?
Great question.
I think that is a great question. I think that maybe if you're in your 30s and you're somebody who has had children, you're in the thick of it. Whatever the activity is for you, it was tennis. For me, it was competitive dance. We both have girls, but I don't care what it is. Is it baseball? Is it football? Is it basketball? Is it lacrosse? Whatever the activity is, you as a mom or a woman, you're hanging out with your children's people. So all of a sudden you've done this for 18 to 20 years, and all of a sudden you've launched your children, and now you're wondering, am I with my people or was I with their people this whole time?
Yeah.
And what did you find for you? You had found your people or you had not?
I feel as though we had great people in our dance group, our dance family. I would say I still keep in contact with some of those. And I also feel like I was busy. I'm passionate about cooking. I didn't even mention that.
I
So
know, I was
I'm
waiting
super
for this to
passionate.
come up.
Yes. I've taught cooking classes. I taught cooking classes for a decade. So I feel like I was dabbling in the things that I was passionate about.
That's good.
And so I did surround myself with some people. Like you said, this next chapter, I've actually worked a couple women's events and workshops. And it's amazing to me how some of the women are like, they've dived into their own families or their children or work, and they haven't actually filled their own cup.
Right. I could see that. I could see
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what are you have spent quite a bit of time on retreats or, empowerment situations with women. What are some common themes that you've seen women, other than they're putting their children, their families first?
Sure.
What other other themes you're seeing women at this point in their life struggle with, or just not struggle, but be challenged by?
I would like to throw this out there because I feel as though there is so much information on raising your children. Now that I'm in my mid-50s, you have your children, but now you have aging parents. And so how do we care for aging parents? Because I feel like it's not talked about.
Ooh, yeah.
It's not talked about a lot. And so you're faced with the decisions, and it might not even be your parent. It could be your spouse's
Sure.
parent. And so there's a lot of hard decisions to be made or care to be taken. And how do we deal with those hard situations?
It's a great point.
It is very challenging. And, I think sometimes, and I think there's a temptation sometimes that as moms, we throw our identity into being the dance mom or the tennis mom or the golf mom, or I'm the mom of 3 feisty girls, whatever it is. And we lose ourselves in that. And then we get to that point where now we're empty nesters and they've launched. And we're like, well, who am I if I'm not that? Well, now I'm the caregiver of.
They just like shift the role
You
to the
just
next role.
You just shifted, yeah.
And you almost you think you don't want to do it. It's almost like when I had my weight. I thought I didn't want to be fat until I wasn't. And then I realized, oh God, now I'm stuck with me. I have nowhere else to hide.
Yeah.
So it's very easy, I think, to not put that boundary in place around taking care of those aging parents because you're so willing without realizing it. You think you don't want to do that, but you willingly shift this role of being this identity into, well, now I take care of them, insert parent or relative or whoever it is. And we think we don't want to, but it actually is a way of bypassing that discomfort of facing
the self-growth.
Who am I?
I could see that.
Yeah. It's a way of masking.
Do you have parents or in-laws?
I have my father and we have my husband's mother.
Gotcha. Are they local?
One is local and one is not.
Okay. Gotcha.
And so when you're looking at it, because I am too, I mean, I have an 85-year-old mother who I am solely responsible for, and she has a lot of pretty significant health issues, including going blind. I completely resonate with what you're saying. So how are you navigating that?
So something I feel as though that I have found is that women tend to be the natural nurturer.
Sure. Of course.
Because so the local parent is my mother-in-law, and I'm nurturing her instead of nurturing my daughters. Whereas my husband is very good at making decisions, but I'm the one that brings the comfort care.
The soft.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm the soft part of that.
Yeah.
So, and we are the sole provider. Like, there's no other sibling here that's that's helping us. So,
That's
it
tough.
falls on the 2 of us.
Yeah, for sure. And so, looking at your chart,
Okay.
you have some significant placements that would absolutely mean you take the role of being the nurturer on to an extreme degree.
Okay.
Just naturally.
Naturally. That is, I mean, sure.
Is it because I'm a Taurus?
No, your Taurus is actually, that chef in you is your Taurus.
Oh.
Wait, say that again?
The chef in you is your Taurus.
Okay.
I didn't know
That
that.
House of Honeydale, which we haven't talked about yet, but we are going to talk about, is that Taurus. It is so, you're so in alignment with that. And you're in alignment with this nurturing side because your rising sign sits in Cancer. And Cancer is the mother of the chart. Cancer is the nurturer. Cancer is the moon. It's the emotions. It's the heart.
Okay.
And Cancer rules the 4th house of home and family. So what that means is if you get the opportunity to nurture, you are going to do it.
Interesting. Do you feel like when you're in that space, you're enjoying it?
I feel responsible to do it. There's some sort of,
Or it's a should. I should do this?
it's not should.
Okay.
I feel like it's the right thing to do.
And you would feel that way. And there's absolutely, I just want to say, there's nothing wrong with that. You are built to do that. That is one of the things you are here to do, is to be nurturing, but not at the cost of yourself.
Right. And if it's too much or out of alignment, then you're going to like kind of like twist negative emotion into that experience, you know, and that's when it's overkill and then you're exhausted or.
And one of my questions in that is when you look at putting Sherry first, putting what you want first. Based on some things I'm seeing in your chart, a lot of the things that you maybe, and you can speak to this, want to put first are your passions, your interests, wanting to help women. Very career driven. This is now your time to shine. So this is your 10th house, which is the house of how you are seen publicly. So a lot of people say, oh, well, that's career. But it isn't always career. It could be a volunteer thing.
I feel like that's interesting because a lot of my students, when they graduate from my marketing program, they have a personal brand. And I talk so much about legacy and how legacy is developed from your daily habits and how you show up for your people, how you show up for yourself. That's what leaves your legacy. Like it's not built in a day.
Right.
It's built over time.
Right.
And so some of the workshops that I've been doing recently are making that connection, how you're viewed publicly and your legacy and how it's tied into your daily habits.
And so I think, and you can speak to this, is you have this push-pull. So this is your 10th house, which is the house of how you are seen publicly. So a lot of people say, oh, well, that's career. But it isn't always career. It could be a volunteer thing. You actually have 5 planets sit in the 10th house, plus your north node, which is your destiny. Of those 5 are your personal planets. Those are the most influential planets in your life. How you show up, how you feel about you, how you view the world. Then you've got Saturn. And Saturn is your lesson. It's your life lesson. Saturn is your taskmaster. Saturn is the one you can't avoid no matter how hard you try, because Saturn will pull you up and in line one way or the other. We're going to do it the hard way or we're going to do it the easy way. You get to choose, but it's going to get done. That is Saturn. Sits in that 10th house. In that house, that 10th house, they're at exact degrees together is your destiny. That is not common.
So wait, Saturn and what?
And your north node.
Okay, these two.
Sit together, 2 peas in a pod in a tree, just hugging onto each other, going.
So what does that mean?
Oh, that means she's got big plans. Like, there's no avoiding it. You are meant to be seen publicly as somebody who's doing exactly all the things you are dreaming about doing. It's unavoidable. But for your whole 32-year career, you've put everybody else first. All of that energy has gone into nurturing everyone else to do the very things you want for yourself. And now there's no avoiding it. It's time. You're in a Saturn return, baby. And when Saturn, you're in your 2nd Saturn return. And when Saturn comes home to itself, it says, did you do it? Because if not, you're going to. And it will remove everything from your life that keeps you from doing that. So you will fall in line. So it's no mistake you're retiring in August, right? As you are in the throes of Saturn coming home to itself. It is saying, okay, well, now we're done. We're done putting all of these students. You've done really great things, Sherry. That's great. But now it's your turn. It's your time. And now it's time for you to grow and for you to build and for you to put all of that branding into you. Now, of course, you're a nurturer, so you want to help other women do the same thing, because this is a placement with all of these things in your 10th house. It starts in Aries. That's where Saturn, the North Node, and Venus sit. Everybody else is sitting over here in Taurus. Okay? The one we didn't talk about, because it's not in the 10th house, it's in the 11th house of community, is Mars. But Mars sits in Taurus. So you've got 4 planets, four of your personal planets, because Mars is the other one. Remember how I said 4 were in the 10th house? Well, 4 sit in Taurus. 1 sits in the 11th house. That's Mars.
But it's also in Taurus.
And Mars is your drive. It's what gets you out of bed. It's your fight. So when we look at that, yumminess is all over your chart. It's no mistake you have a business that you are developing called House of Honeydale.
Love it.
So house, home. There's that
Yes.
rising, right? What's House of Honeydale based on? The name Honeydale?
It's the childhood
Home.
home. where my sister and I were grew
Uh-huh.
up
So
at my grandparents' house.
so she picked
Perfect.
this. I mean, that is just so classic. So you picked this thing that has this deep root in home,
Mhm.
that ascendant sitting there, that rising sign in Cancer, home, nurturing. And then Honeydale, what gets more nurturing than honey, sweetness, all of that, the yumminess factor. You're a chef. You create beautiful food, beautiful presentations. You create beautiful retreats for women. You create spaces where women feel seen and heard and safe and nurtured and held. You're so in alignment, my friend. But you got to stop hiding behind some of these other things
Mhm.
because it's uncomfortable.
So this is where I because this is what I feel like where you're going to come in.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, I've been on this journey, right? Started yoga back in 2014. And then that was right around the time that I was also teaching cooking classes and understanding food for fuel. I lost my mom in 2006 to cancer. So I really made a huge shift in 2006 as to what we were consuming. And I really went with a food for fuel mindset. So I am the classic one, though. Like when I'm caring for all these people, I am the one that I know what works. I know what makes me feel good.
Mhm.
But then somehow, whether or not I get involved in school during the school year,
Mhm.
or my mother-in-law needs to move from her home and I need to get her into assisted living, I am the classic woman. I am the yo-yo girl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like I could be the poster child for the yo-yo girl.
What's the yo-yo girl mean to you?
Um, like getting on my habits
Mhm.
and then something throws me off the cart
Mhm.
and then I yo-yo back to
The habit.
my
Good
habits.
habit.
Mhm.
So I want to hear a little bit more about like I'm the yo-yo girl. You're like kind of for 32 years you've been putting everyone else
Mhm.
first. Tell me a few more things about that.
Okay, so I would say I'm a morning person. I've been forced to be a morning person my entire life.
Okay.
And when the girls were little, I was out of the house with two babies at 6:30 in the morning because I
Okay.
had to be to work by 7:15.
Okay.
So, my mornings are busy, have always been busy, and they've always been really early. And then I would say that um after I started doing yoga and then even before I went through teacher training,
Mhm.
I had a beautiful AM PM routine. And then recently looking back through pictures too,
Mhm.
so I can look at pictures and I know that I was hyper focused
Mhm.
and my routines were happening and my habits were in line. I can tell by the way I look. I look healthier and I don't want to say thinner because that's not it. I like the natural glow that you have
Sure.
when you're doing those things. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? So, and then what happens is then things just kind of what COVID happens. I tore my hamstring. So it was lovely. I tore all three ligaments off my hamstring
Oh no. Okay.
and I went through that and I came back. That was in 2020 and I went through yoga teacher training in 2024. Um, and then this whole, my mother-in-law, she was living alone and then the whole getting her to the right place, what assisted living works best, and then I'm selling her house, and then
Yeah.
we made a big change and I sold my house, and again, so, like, it's when I say that I've kind of gone back and forth, that's what I mean. It's like things kind of is that my Neptune that's, like, pulling me out? Peggy, what is
Yeah.
that?
So
Do you see what I'm saying?
you've got a couple of things. You've got what's called a fixed T square. So it's where your Mars, Jupiter, and Neptune are in kind of posing one another. And so they're creating confusion. So what it does is it creates this internal pressure to do something meaningful, but it's going to make you overextend, idealize, sacrifice yourself in the process.
Mhm.
And it's really behind why you want these things, but also why you have the struggle to allow yourself to do it. So you've got that going on. And then you've also got your So that north node, that destiny in your natal chart that sits right there with Saturn, two peas in a pod. Well, it right now is sitting in Pisces in the 8th house of transformation. Now, Pisces is great and all. We love a Pisces because I am one. But it is not the most like take action, and you're having to give up some perfectionism and give yourself grace and allow, with all of these things that are going on, to give yourself the ability to flow. You don't, in your chart, you are all fire and earth, which means
There's no air.
there's no air and there's no water.
Am I breathing?
Well, I'm wondering how you're moving, because you've got this fire energy, which is like, whoosh, let's go and make it all happen. And then you've got this earth that's like, let's just take it slow. Let's just figure it out. Let's not move too quickly. Pulling you, right? In all these directions. You've got no flow. You've got no air kind of forcing it all. So it's all just stuck. It's like this slow burn, literally. It's a slow burn.
Okay.
And so you're fighting that. And you're having all this tremendous guilt right now around it, because you're in this, your north node sitting in this emotional place around transformation, telling you you're not doing it right. You're not doing enough. When your whole world, literally, Sherry, has been thrown up into the air and is trying to sift itself down. Not only are you retiring, not only did one child get married, one child is getting married, you're dealing with aging parents, you're starting a business, you sold your home and moved, you downsized from suburbia to an urban environment. You took your life, blew it up, and said, I'm going to try to function like normal amidst all of this chaos I've got going on. Now, it's going to sift down into something beautiful. It can't help but not. But you got to let yourself off the hook a little bit here, because your Capricorn is coming in and telling you in that house of routines, not good enough. Not good enough, Sherry. If you're not doing it exactly the way you think you're supposed to be doing it, it's not good enough.
Okay.
Okay, at the top of the paper, we're going to shift into some life coaching here. I want you to write fact or circumstance at the very top.
Okay.
And then right underneath that, you're going to write thought. And every fact is neutral until we put a thought with it.
Okay.
Okay. A fact is something we could prove true in the court of law. Everyone would agree with it.
Okay.
It couldn't be my teenager is grumpy, because she might not think she's grumpy. But it could be my teenager said, you don't need to pick me up today. If that's a direct quote, that would count. That would be the fact. Okay. So it leads to a thought. And you're going to have a caveman brain thought. You're going to have a knee-jerk reaction thought. And often your brain has thought a thought for so long, it feels true. It feels really true. And every time we think a thought, positive or negative, our brain goes, you heard the boss, we have to prove it true.
Okay.
And it goes looking for evidence to back up the thought. Okay. And that is a neural pathway. And it starts lining. But here's the good news. Because we're humans and our brains can rewire to a new neural pathway.
Okay.
We can choose a new thought and start wearing away the meadow of that. Okay. So thoughts lead to feelings or emotions. That's underneath thought.
Okay.
And the world doesn't want you to think that, Sherry. The world wants you to think, when the fact is whatever, I've lost 20 pounds, I'll be happy. When I no longer work at the high school, I'll be happy. But it's actually a thought you're thinking that leads to the feeling or the emotion. Emotions and feelings lead to actions or inaction.
Okay.
And action always gets to the result. So, and this is called the model. So where would you put this in the model of all these little spots?
Okay.
You can kind of do it this way too. For 32 years, everyone else has come first. Where does that go in the model? A fact, a thought, a feeling, an action or inaction or result?
I think it's a thought.
That's right. It is a thought. It is. What about this one? I am the yo-yo girl.
That is a thought.
That's a thought. That's a thought.
That's
yes,
a thought.
Yes. There are people in the world that would hear that and they say, you're consistent. Your electricity is always on. You always have food in the fridge for you and your family. You show up to work unless you're ill. You are consistent. You're not a yo-yo girl. You're solid. And there are people that would say 32 years of everyone first. Really? You don't prioritize your shower or take a trip for you? You're choosing you sometimes, right? So let's just plug it in here. So down here, right? CTFAR. Circumstance, thought, fact. Or I'm sorry, feeling, action. Yeah, result. So we're just going to plug this in here. This is our caveman brain. This is our knee-jerk reaction, okay? So our thought is going to be, I'm the yo-yo girl.
Okay.
And when you think that thought, what feeling or emotion comes up? One word, just, and you can be real honest when you think that thought.
Ugh.
Like disappointment, frustration.
Can a sound be a word? I would say, we could say disappointment. Like, yeah.
So put that for the feeling. Your emotion is disappointment. And what action or inaction can you take from disappointment, or do you take? And you can have multiple actions or inactions.
When I'm disappointed, what action do I take? Such a great question. I don't know if I...
Do you like talk negative? I'll just give some possible ideas. Like maybe you talk negative self-talk. Maybe you self-soothe with, it could be with food or not, or procrastination.
I would say to me, it's probably the things that I say in my head, most likely.
Sure. Yeah, you can write that for action.
Yeah.
Like negative self-talk. Anything else? Do you avoid anything? Because it can be inaction too when you're disappointed.
I think particularly because it revolves around, I would say, movement or exercise. I haven't like gone back to eating processed foods or anything like that.
Sure.
So I think it's movement, and then I get home from work and maybe it's late. Maybe I stayed for an extracurricular and now it's 8:30 at night, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to work out now. I've been up since 5:04 when my alarm went off, and then I got all these things done.
So maybe it's less movement and less prioritizing your needs. Would you say that's true from disappointment?
I would say it's definitely disappointment that I'm not moving. Like that's huge.
So what do those actions, like negative self-talk, less physical movement that you've prioritized for yourself, what do those things result in?
Well, we've had weight gain. I would say I feel tired versus energetic.
Yeah, I love that. Put that for your result also.
Okay.
Now we're going to go thought shopping.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go shopping.
Let's go shopping.
Yeah.
So now we're looking for a new thought. But here's the thing when we're picking a new thought. It's a baby. And we have to believe it. We can't go 0 to 50. It can't be like someone that like, I hate my body. I love my body. It might be, I am thankful I'm able to walk and talk and eat. And so you have to baby step it up. So right now you've been nurturing, I'm the yo-yo girl, right? But that is only a thought. And if we don't like where it's going result-wise and how it's serving us, and you're ending the day feeling exhausted, then we're going to go find a new thought. Okay?
Yeah.
Ready for this?
I have one.
Okay, tell me.
Good.
Yes,
Okay.
we're going to do something.
I want to say that I'm a balanced girl.
Yes. Ooh, write this down. And I think that's true. I think you are actually balancing a lot in life. You're not curled up in a ball. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, let's keep going thought shopping.
Okay.
So I'm a balanced girl is one. Another one I just want to throw out there.
Okay.
Like these,
Is it something I said prior?
32 years of like serving everyone first, like teaching, mothering, being a daughter-in-law, and then I did yoga training and classes. To me, it sounds like all of this has been preparing you for this big future move. Like in all of these things, you're nurturing others, which your business is going to be doing also. You learned how to cook. You learned how to teach a class like yoga. These are all skills that have come in your path and you've been like, yes, I'll learn this. Yes, I'll learn to talk to students. Yes, I'll learn to care for women. Yes, I've learned to look at a nursing home and seeing what that environment, does it feel warm and inviting? Does it feel cold and yucky? Like it's all come your way and you've kind of been this yes girl. Like you're not shutting it down. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it could even be something like, um, I've been a yoga, because sometimes we add for a new thought, we add a little baby thought onto it. Like I have been a yo-yo girl, but I'm recalibrating.
I like it.
These are all just these are all just ideas. Or I'm grateful for 32 years of knowledge coming at me where I soaked it up like a sponge,
Mhm.
and I can't wait for this next phase. Or I'm going to finish this school year out strong and give myself a hall pass to like relax and enjoy. Nothing's gone wrong. And I'll just re-energize and be ready to like hit the ground running at the right time. These are all thoughts. Okay, so what is any other thoughts coming to you?
Okay, so I'm going to throw out something that we haven't talked about.
Go.
So I think part of my just going and not being afraid to say no, and I do say the yeses, is that my dad left when I was 14.
Okay.
Here we go. We've got a core belief coming in right now.
Yes.
Okay,
so I had to get a job because I was the oldest of 3. And so from the time I've been 14, I have always had to take care.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? Like be the provider. And I don't want to say be a provider, but help my mother be a provider.
Sure.
And then my core belief is that I can take care of myself. And the other thing, when it comes to showing up for my students and showing up for my family, honestly, I think it's my core belief that I'm reliable. You can trust me. I'm going to be here. I'm never going to leave you. I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to abandon the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you for sure would feel that way 100%.
And as hard as that core belief is, I think your dad leaving and you learning how to work hard, how to follow through, how to be dependable has given all these other people in your path the blessing of you showing, I'm consistent. People in your life should be consistent. You should seek out this dependability. And you're okay to let go now. I mean,
I feel like I have, but I feel like it's just somehow it's just always there. You know what I mean? Like
And it will be. And can I tell you why?
Because it's in my chart.
It's so classic. I mean, your chart is so freaking aligned. So, you have your north node, which means, of course, you have a south node.
Okay, so we're going to south.
Okay.
Now we're going south. Now we're going south.
Your north node sits in Aries, the house of action, of, drive, of go. In the 10th house of how does the world see you, right? So they see you as somebody that takes action, and you also see yourself that way. But that's the high road of Sherry. The low road of Sherry,
the south
which
node.
is the south node. This is the karma you've brought into this lifetime with you that you are meant to transcend. So you are actually meant to let go of this and lean into this other part of you, which is take action in your house of how people see you, how you see you, public image, where your sun, your moon, your identity, your heart sit. You are meant to put yourself first. Right?
Okay.
To show other people how to do the same.
Okay.
I love that thought.
Now.
Wait, can I write that down?
Yep.
I'm meant to put myself first.
To show other people that they can too. Okay. So that south node in the low road, when you're down on yourself, when you're tired, when something may not be going well in life. So like 60% of the time, we are in a place where the low road could be driving our actions. Your south node sits in the 4th house of family and siblings, in the house of Libra, which is balance. It is the win-win. It is the judge. It is the I win, but you win too. And if I have to choose, you win. In your house of family and siblings, when you are in the low road, you will always put other people first. Always. And you got to be on to yourself with that. Because it's going to feel more comfortable to do that than to do the other because you are meant to transcend that. You are literally meant to do the exact opposite of that in
Okay.
this life.
Oh, that's good. That's great.
Okay.
Because then we want to get there. Okay,
Okay.
flip back.
I'm flipping back.
Okay, which of these thoughts feel the most true to you? I'm a balanced girl. I have been the yo-yo
Mhm.
girl, but I'm recalibrating,
Mhm.
or I'm grateful for those 32 years. I've learned so much. Like, what's feeling true?
I'm balanced. I'm the balanced girl.
I'm the balanced girl.
Mhm.
Okay, so now we're going to put that in the model.
Okay.
Jesus. So if the thought is I'm the balanced girl,
Okay.
how does that feel to you? Emotion, one word.
Oh, warm and fuzzy,
Love.
like sunshine.
I love that.
Aw.
Okay, so put that down.
Okay.
Does it feel
So
like
feeling
the House
is
of Honeydale?
yes.
Yes, I'm the balanced girl. I love it. Isn't Libra balanced?
Mhm.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Mhm.
and then what action or inaction will you take from warm and fuzzy?
This is, I think, creating feasible morning and evening routines.
Love it. Yeah, permission to do less.
Correct. So, and then the other thing is too, is that, like I said before, was, when I felt really balanced and when I
Okay.
felt really like I was shining my best because I
Yeah.
was so balanced, because I
Yeah.
know what that feels like.
Yeah.
I don't want to like maybe put every single thing I was doing back on the plate.
Yeah.
Like I feel like to start back to recalibrate. I love the word
Yes.
that you chose.
Yeah.
I think to recalibrate, I think I need to pick things that I want to start with
Yeah.
and then habit stack or bring some other things back on my
Right.
plate.
This is music to my ears because I am a big fan. You've read Atomic Habits, yes?
Mhm.
I'm a big fan of habit stacking and not trying to do too much at once. That's where your balance comes in, right?
Right.
Because you start with one thing, just one thing, master that, layer on the next thing. Create a system that is no fail as you are
Mhm.
getting used to trusting yourself and moving forward. That's my advice to you.
I think it's good. Like, don't forget when you take something off your plate, like, you are not so precious. You're the only person that can do it. And when you do that, you're robbing someone else of the gift because it's like they need that gift.
They need to do it.
They need to practice it. They need time with it. You know, it's their turn. It's that marathon pass the baton moment, you know?
Mhm.
And so I think that's good. Take less off the plate and give someone else a chance to like step up, learn the skill.
Mhm.
They need their 32 years, you know, of
Mhm.
like, I like kind of going through that refining. Okay. So that's your action that you're
Yep.
taking. Okay. And then what will that result in? All that result in?
I will feel stronger
Mm-hmm.
because I'm doing mindful movement for what my body needs. And I also think, can we talk about this too?
Yeah.
How when you are in your 20s and you have these babies, like you just want to exercise so hard.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Like you want to go full blast. We're doing all the hits. We're doing
No pain, no gain.
Yes, yes. And then I think that coming into my 50s, I've realized, yes, I would like some days to do some harder,
Sure.
more aggressive workouts. But then there's days that my body just says, can we stretch?
Yeah.
Can we do the slow yoga? Can we do some restorative things instead of just going hard?
Yes.
Well, and then why don't you? What keeps you from doing that? Like,
Right.
what thought comes in?
No, I think I've been giving myself permission in my
Then
50s
giving yourself the grace
to
to do it.
to do that.
Yeah.
And I just would like other people.
And I think that's what a balanced girl
Mhm.
would do. She would be like, yes, we have workout hard days and we have stretching, relaxing, breathing days
Mhm.
because that's balance.
And part of the legacy that you get to leave is not just teaching that, it's living that, right? And
Mhm.
so as you reframe all of this and you start to lean into slow and steady wins a race, because literally for you, that is true. Slow and steady wins the race. You give all these women who don't think that they're allowed to do that the permission to do it too.
Right.
By the
Mhm.
example, you don't even have to use your mouth, your words. It's just by the example you live.
Yeah.
And then other women go, oh, I can do that. I didn't even
Mhm.
know that was an option.
Right. And I think it's in that moment that like earth fire like fire can clear parts of earth. You know what I mean? Like they'll like
It's very clear.
burn down part of the forest. And that's it. Part of this is like clarity and like space to breathe, space to be. So, okay. So back to that. So,
Okay.
yeah. And you said like taking things off your plate, giving yourself permission to exercise or not exercise, whatever you deem, that will all result. And you said, what was the word for your result?
The result was, I said I was going to be, I would feel stronger.
Yeah. And I think honestly more peaceful, less frantic.
And then the other thing is too, is that if I am creating meals,
Yeah.
because over time, I think I've realized too that some things make you feel good when you eat them and not everything's made for you.
Right.
So focusing more on the meals that make me feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
You're putting high quality foods in your body to nourish it because you love your body.
I do love my body.
You do love your
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
It does a lot for me.
Oh my gosh.
does
Yeah.
Every single day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay, here's the thing with life coaching. Now we have this new thought. I'm the balanced girl.
Okay.
Got to give it some airtime.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, that old thought, I'm the yo-yo girl, it's going to try to sneak back in because your brain has gathered a lot of evidence. It's like, no. Remember when we got off the rails that one time because we had to do the nursing home thing? Oh, no. Remember we got off the rails with this other thing?
Do you remember when your kid moved across the country?
Right. And so that's when you have to say like, no, brain. That was the old Sherry. That's an old thought. Now we're the balance girl. Now we've taken some things off our plate. Now we've given ourselves space to breathe and do yoga sometimes and then hard exercise. This is new. And we have to like just sit in that space of like, I am the balance girl. And maybe it's even like I have to show my students that balance is important in this world of hustle and bustle. I've got to be this. I'm going to tap into this. Because the more airtime we give this, the more your brain's like, all right, we're going to wear away this new meadow. We got to get more evidence. We got to prove to ourselves she's balanced.
And one thing I want to say, I think just based on, who you are going to tend to still be kind of critical of yourself if you don't feel like you've hit that balance. So I'm the balance girl. And then a week goes by and you think, but it wasn't balanced. Balance does not mean everything is 50-50.
Right.
Correct.
All the time. Just go, okay, Sherry, we're in this for the long haul. This is not a week-long balance we're in this for. This is a lifetime balance. And we're looking at the average. So what is your number one action step after leaving here?
After leaving here, I am going to physically write down my AM and PM routine.
Good.
So, and then I can figure out like, what do I want to start with? And then figure out what do I want to stack later? Like maybe I try something for a week and then I add something, and I stack something else.
Nice.
So,
I like that.
but I definitely want to have my bookends because I feel like your bookends to the day are extremely important. Like
I love that.
starting off your day is you want to start off strong, but you also want to finish strong.
Yeah. And that will also create that balance, right? Like if those are both very solid, then in the middle, if it gets a little bit murky, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
And I would even challenge that thought of like, I always put everyone first. And like, I would challenge it in the way like, how is it actually good when you don't put them first? Like, is that showing them that they should prioritize some of their needs? Is it showing them, I believe you can do it yourself? Is it showing them, I don't
That's a note I actually wrote because you can use this energy. If you can shift and tap into it, you're so nurturing, right? So, and you're also very practical. So if I am being nurturing to someone, sometimes the most nurturing thing you can do is to let them do it themselves. And so take yourself out of the equation to help them grow. And if you can look at it like I'm actually helping them rather than I can do it for them, then maybe that will be the mind shift you need to actually create the boundary that might be tough for you to create right now.
Okay.
Good. All right.
Good stuff.
All right, you've got this.
Thank you,
You got
ladies.
this. All right, that's our shift for today.
Go live, laugh, and do one bold thing before the next episode drops.
Follow us at No More BullShift and keep the conversation going.
Because if you can't laugh about it,
You probably still need to shift it.